Okay. On to our toes to bar day. You'll notice there aren't any pull-ups. We're going to split those up because it sounds like most of you guys are doing that anyway. So why don't we just do it that way, right? Focus on one thing at a time. Does mean more days for hand ripping, so we'll just have to do the best we can with that. Shouldn't be an issue. It's low rep. You guys are good. Same setup we've been going with, working through the kipping movement followed by the strict movements. So we're doing all of our kips first, all of our kipping knees to chest, all of our kipping toes to bar first. It's important to remember that each piece builds on the previous. So if you don't nail your kip down, it's going to be tough to nail down your kipping knees to chest, right? If you don't know how to kip, how are you going to kip knees to chest? Rhythm is most important here. So if you can't string together your toes to bar, if you can't string together your toes to bar with a kip, that's not what we want. So don't get your toes to bar and sacrifice the kipping motion. We want to be doing both at the same time. If you're somebody that kind of is 50-50 with this, you really need to focus and remember what is happening in the movements and how each movement it's the same thing over and over again. So all the kips, all the kipping knees to chest, all the kipping toes to bar, we're essentially doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, just slightly different. So the difference is how far the legs come up. Do I bring them all the way up to the bar, or do they just kind of create a little extra momentum? What will change is the size of your kip. The higher up we bring our legs, typically the bigger kip we're going to need, which means a bigger pull on the bar. A lot of times when we get to kipping toes to bar and movements like that, suddenly we forget that our upper body is super important and we just try and use our legs and whew, oh, why can't I string them together? Well, we didn't even pull on the bar. Of course, we didn't do half the kip. If we didn't do the whole kip, how is it gonna help us? When we get to strict kips, right? We've talked about how it's the same thing you've just done in part A, but you're removing that back kick. So you're removing that little extra momentum you get from the legs, which makes it harder. You should feel your lats, your upper back have to work a lot harder to pull in the bar, and your core will have to work harder to lift your legs up. What are we finishing with? We got snatches, burpees, kick sets. Snatches are split per side. Burpees are not, because we don't do one-sided burpees, although maybe we will start doing that. That sounds fun. And kick sets. Let's do a quick review of kick sets, because it's been a bit, and some of y'all may have forgotten. First thing is hands are planted on the floor, knees are bent, we're on our toes. We are on our toes. Boom, check this out, right? I'm on my toes. You're going to take, I've got a space here, I've got a hole here, I've got a hole here, right? Everyone's got two holes. Ha ha ha. And I'm going to kick my leg through the opposite hole. So left leg, right hole, right leg, left hole. As I do this, this back foot is going to pivot. So it pivots, and I sit. So my toes just rotate on the floor. My knees stay bent, right? I don't kick my legs back. And I'm not kicking my leg back. It's going to make it impossible. It's going to make it too awkward. You've got to pivot. So you can see my free foot. Right? This is the position we're getting into here. It's pretty nice. It's comfortable. I'm really just getting you from going into a comfortable position into a non-comfortable position. That's what this movement is, right? Right? Kick sit. I can just sit here, right? Oh, triceps look good today. That's good. Ideally, we leave our feet planted and we go 1, 2, 3, right? Reps are also split per side. Imagine you guys will bang those out pretty quick. 3 rounds. And it's all over.